People ask why I hurt so bad. I got what I wanted and I lost what I had. Rainy nights make the heartache slow. We were two lanes driving on a one-lane road.
See, when we last spoke, what was it, January, I think?
Yeah, it was.
And you were putting out a couple of singles. Now you've got a new album out. It's called Only Human. And whereabouts are you today? Are you on the road?
No, I'm just at home in Minneapolis here.
Okay.
Tomorrow I will be going on the road. I've got some shows in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So
That's exciting.
For a week, so trying to soak up the time.
So what's it like doing shows? Is it kind of back to normal or what?
Yeah, I when things started reopening, I felt kind of naked, not having a mask on.
Right.
When they, some of the mandates over here, and now I've kind of gotten used to it. It just kind of feels normal again, honestly.
Got to make singing easier without the mask.
Yeah, no, I never had to sing with the mask on. They let you me around stage. I really didn't play indoors during the
right.
pandemic. So yeah, I didn't have to do that, luckily.
Very cool. So Only Human has just been released to it a couple of weeks ago, I think, on the 9th. And so my understanding is it was kind of recorded, November 2019 started. So just before the pandemic kicked in. So you've been sitting on it a while.
Yeah, we started recording November 2019, and we had pretty much all the tracking done by March 2020, and that was it. We kind of had to shut down everything, and luckily there's computers. We saved all the files, and
there you go.
Yeah, it just got to the point where we just being in a small recording studio, that's totally against CDC guidelines. So
yep.
Put things on hold for a while, but then we're able to get back at it, in the spring here. So
right. So the songs have been around for you for a while then. What's it like revisiting them a couple of years later like this?
Yeah, I suppose it's been kind of a year and a half since the start. It's good. It's nice to see the finished product. It's kind of, you don't really know what it's going to sound like until it's finally done.
Right.
And it is kind of neat to hear the songs along with the other songs on the album. When we printed off the CDs, I took one into my truck and just listened to the album all the way through. And it's nice to hear the songs in context with other songs. When you hear an album as a whole, it's a different experience than just listening.
Definitely. Yeah. So do you spend some time thinking about the sequence of the tunes?
Yeah, I did. I tried to, I think everybody, you try not to put all the fast songs up front and then all the slow ones at the end. I tried to have a little bit of an ebb and flow and listen to the themes a little bit too. And so I tried to put a little thought into it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And my understanding is it was recorded in Cleveland, but in Cleveland, Minnesota, not Ohio. I didn't know there was a Cleveland, Minnesota.
I'll be honest, I really didn't either. But
so what was the studio like? What was the environment like that you were recording?
Yeah, so my friend Eric Koskinen produced it. He's a singer-songwriter in Minnesota and produces albums as well. And it's his studio there. And Cleveland is a very, very small town. It's Eric's studio, Real Phonic studio, and then the laundromat, 2 bars, and a bank. And
that's about it, huh?
Town, there's some houses in a 1 mile radius, but that's it. But I kind of liked that. Because when I went to record, it was like an hour and a half drive before, I even got to the studio. So it gave me some just kind of quiet time in the morning to just do nothing but watch the road, instead of sitting there checking my phone or reading this or doing that. You just got to sit there and you can't really think about anything. It was a nice divide to have, between where I'm living in the city and going to, watch some cows along the way before you
there you go.
Studio. Yeah.
Yep. And you got a few people playing with you in addition to Eric, who produced, and I think he plays some guitar and bass and pedal steel and things. John Richardson, Carrie Joy, Aaron Beckus. So who are those folks? Why are they working with you?
Yeah, John Cleve Richardson. We met back when I was in college. John works at a middle school, and I was working as a tutor at that middle school, and we met there. And the other staff there were saying, "Hey, John plays music. Do you know John?" I'm like, "No, I haven't met John yet." And so I had a show where I needed somebody to play bass, and I talked to John in the hallways, every now and then. And this was back in like 2017 or something. I'm like, "John, can you come play at the show?" And he's just incredible, whatever instrument he picks up, and he sings incredible vocals as well.
Cool.
So it's a joy to have him along. And also a testament to how you just meet people in random places, and
right.
You never know. And then Carrie Joy, great vocalist and violinist and artist. She went and moved to France on me. Not because she
I understand.
her significant other lives in France, and so she'd been wanting to go for a long time, and she finally got to move. So it's tough to find violin. And then
we've got a few good ones down here.
Oh, good. I'll just pop over to New
Grab
Zealand.
one.
I'll take my kayak and make my way over. No, and then Aaron Becker's on the drums. And Aaron plays. He plays in a couple cover bands around town, so he'll play like 4-hour gigs playing every different style of music. So he's
all limber.
So I was just incredibly thankful to be able to have all these musicians on the record.
Right.
Yeah, I'll try to make demos at home sometimes, and you try to replicate certain sounds, but you can't play them as good as people that can play good. Play them,
Yeah. Now we're talking about the order of the album. It starts out with a tune called "Driving," which, listening back now, it sounds like almost the perfect post-isolation tune. It's like, yeah, I can get out. I'm driving in my car. Is that kind of why you wanted to lead off with that?
Gonna make a pit stop in New Orleans, go somewhere I've never been and dance my worries away. Gonna buy one drink and a second too. Tonight I'll learn what booze can do, and I won't remember a thing. When that morning sun pulls me away, I'm gonna be driving away.
No, not really because of that, honestly. I think it's kind of one of those start an album songs,
Right. Yep.
I don't know, I couldn't think of another place to put it. So I thought, there it is. It's the first one. But I suppose that does apply. Yeah.
And it's followed by a tune called "Lowry Avenue." And I was wondering where Lowry Avenue is. Is there a place?
Look at me now, Mom, on top of the world. Look at me now, Mom, I know all the pretty girls. They walk by my window. They walk by my window on Lowry Avenue.
Yeah, that it certainly is a place. So North Minneapolis, there's north, northeast, and South Minneapolis. Essentially, there's not like a northwest. It's just,
okay.
Anyway, so Lowry Avenue, and I don't even know if I have my east and west right on the screen, but that's fine.
Right, that's all right. Well, it's all inverted anyway. It's like a mirror image.
Yeah,
it's all confusing.
I had it right. So Lowry Avenue runs east to west from north to northeast Minneapolis. And we had a family friend who passed away a couple of years ago, but back in like the 70s, he had a record store on Lowry Avenue. And it was kind of an inspiration for that song. And the story, ebbed and flowed a little bit from there. But
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I noticed there was a line about records line the wall from door to door.
Kind of like yours back
there. Like that. I'll write it home.
Yeah. Bring those over to Lowry Avenue.
There you go. And I see you've also got a video out for the same blues song, which I think was probably recorded a couple of years ago as well, back in 2019. So, to me, the song itself has kind of a very, and I think it's been noted by others, you have a kind of a John Prine vibe to that as well. Was he somebody that you listened to?
I got the same blues I can't shake. I got the same blues, it's my mistake. I'm walking in the same shoes, hoping they don't break. I got the same blues I can't shake.
I listened a lot to John Prine.
Yeah.
Now and growing up, my dad and I would go to we had a cabin. We call it up north in Minnesota.
Right.
I always say up north, and I don't know if that's a term anywhere else.
Well, why not? It's north.
People, yeah, northern Minnesota, people have like a cabin sometimes, and so we all say up north. So anyway,
Right. Yep.
we'd take the pickup truck, and my dad's, it was like an old Toyota, had a tape cassette player, and we had a John Prine cassette tape, and we'd, side A, flip it, side B, and we'd get done and just keep flipping it until we got there. So needless to say, I had a lot of the lyrics memorized by the time I was 6.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you have later in the album, there's a tune called "Oh My Lordy," which is that Carrie singing on that? Backgrounds on that?
Oh my lordy, how it gets you off of my mind. Dropped a $20 bill on a cheap box of cherry red wine. You're everything I lose and all that I hope to find. Oh my lordy, how it gets you off of my mind.
Yeah, that is. Yep, her and John sing some backup on there too.
Right. And it's kind of got a gospel feel to it. Is that part of who you are and what you like to do?
Gospel, when you say gospel, what do you mean?
Well, it sounds kind of like gospel music. I don't know. It's,
it
doesn't not necessarily religious, but it's it's a feel.
Yeah, no, that's true. That it is a style that the religion can be kind of taken out of, which is interesting. No, the reason I asked you is because there was a review of Americana Highways, I think, reviewed the album, and they mentioned that about "Oh My Lordy." So it's the second.
And of course, the Lordy is in the title, so that kind of leads you
That's
on
true.
the track as
That's
well,
true.
I suppose.
Yeah. So it's the second time I heard the gospel reference. I hadn't thought of it before, but now that you say it, I suppose I can hear it. And,
okay.
I'm glad, and it makes me happy that people are hearing things that I'm not, because
right.
You listen to your own music and you get in your own head, and it's nice to hear.
Yeah, well, now that you're kind of out on the road doing shows, are you getting interaction from folks again about your music and how it's relating to them as well?
Yeah, sure. A lot of people are liking that Lowry Avenue,
right? Oh yeah,
song, which is kind of cool. And Good Times Gone. A couple folks have kind of commented on that one too, and it's just funny, the songs I've heard other artists talk about it, the songs that they think are like going to be the songs from the album versus what people in the general public will say, or others, what they like and what they don't like. And it's like when they match up, it's like, oh, got one, and if they don't, you're like, huh, interesting. And yeah, always learning,
Yeah. So are the live shows different than they used to be post-COVID? If we are post-COVID, we're kind of still in the middle of it. I don't know what it is anymore.
True. Yeah. So far it's been pretty darn similar to how it used to be in my neck of the woods. We had did a record release show at a venue in Minneapolis called the Ice House, and we had really nice attendance, and the tables were seated pretty close together. Things were right. Kind of like normal, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever your superstition. I hope it stays that way, and people stay safe. Most of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really is a blessing to have live music back and be able to book a show and know that odds are that show's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's nice to be talking to musicians who are playing out again. So that's
yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I remember when we last talked, I think we might've talked about shows, and the best thing I had is, I've been playing guitar with the cats, and
right.
as much as I love the cats, they don't get the minor chord.
Not
as
quite
well
the same. Yeah.
does.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking time to talk to me again. It's been great to see you. You got more songs in the works, I assume, because these are probably fairly old for you already.
Yeah, last night I kind of locked myself in the apartment with my guitar and my little plug-in keyboard, and started demoing some songs. I was up till 2 a.m, which didn't serve me well for getting up today. But anytime you can get lost in something and not think about anything else, you got to do it. So
yeah, absolutely. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you and good luck. Come on down here sometime when you get a chance.
Sounds great. Thanks again for having me, Marty.
Sure, my pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye.